The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. BabyBoySlimee in the building. Florida in the building. Lantana, Florida.
Lantana, exit 61, baby. What's poppin', man?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Everything Gucci, man.
Lantana, Florida. Exit 61.
Most deaf.
By West Palm Beach.
Yes, sir.
I'm learning something new today.
Got to.
I'm learning something new today. So you were born and raised out there?
I was born in Queens, Corona.
Okay.
I was born in Queens, but my peoples took me out of there like at 2 years old, and we went to Florida, and I was raised most of my life in Lantana, Florida, man.
What was it like growing up in Florida for you?
It was tricky, right? Cause everybody goes through those phases as a kid. You bad, you good, but on my end, I was mostly like that bad kid, and I'm still growing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was good, but then it was kind of rough. It just depends where, what age we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was just up and down.
I feel like if you were like a bad kid in New York, like they send you to Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not facts. Yeah,
they send you to Florida, but in this case, you were already in Florida, so it's like, we can't even send them nowhere. Right.
Yeah.
Unless they sent you back to New York.
Facts.
Which
I stayed in Florida the whole time.
Do you still spend a lot? Do you spend a lot of time up here? Like, do you have family up here?
I do. I got family up here, but I mostly come over here for like business, like with music and stuff like that. But besides that, I'm mostly in Florida all the time.
Okay, got you.
You know that motion is going to Miami now, so
right.
We in Miami all day.
I was about to say, once even now is like with the music you make and kind of like the Florida scene, it's like it'd be dumb to not say Florida.
Right.
Because like Florida right now has like you said, Miami's going crazy right now. Jacksonville's going crazy. Tallahassee going there's
Florida.
All of Florida's going crazy right now.
I'm so glad we got we got people with eyes on us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our time, bro. Florida been popping, but now it's like it's our time.
Right. Plus, I feel like in Florida, there's a good connection between like the newer artists and the older artists.
Correct.
Like I think I saw Zoe Dollars follows you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even like just like that type of like that connection itself. Where like I look at, I've been saying this all week, like La Tyler doing the song with Danny Towers and Ski Mask and DJ Scheme, right? Like that's like even though that's not considered like older Florida artists, like they were from like the last big wave of Florida.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So, like, even that type of connection with someone like La Tyler, who's, like, I don't know how old he is, like 15, 16, 17.
I think so, yeah.
That shit is really tight to me, too.
100%.
Like, you see that type of love there and, support. And that's what Florida needs to kind of.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them boys. They doing their thing. I see a lot of, I just seen them, link up with like 2 other Florida artists. So to see that, collaboration going within Florida and Florida artists is great for the state. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that unity.
Right. So how did you first start making music? Like, what's your beginning of your story?
I'm gonna be real true. My dad back in the days, he made music, you know what I'm saying? And I think during like around 14, 15, I kind of created I got a love for music. And, my dad grew me up on like Mobb Deep, Nas, Biggie, the old New York, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And they still legends though, don't get it messed up.
Don't get it,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I grew up on that and I created a love for music and I started recording myself. And I think, man, during 15, my dad really saw it in me. And when I dropped my song, I got a lot of streams on SoundCloud out of nowhere, bro. Like no promotion. I just dropped it on SoundCloud, went crazy. And he got his friends together, that he grew up with during his music phase. And ever since then, we created a team and a bond. And shout out to my team too, man. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Right. And the relationships. But yeah, that's how I started music, man. I was just creating that love, like naturally and genuinely, for sure.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So what type of music did you start off making? Like, is there a big difference between like the stuff that you make now versus back then?
You could definitely hear the growth.
Well, I mean, like growth-wise, but like sound-wise, like was it like
sound-wise? Different type of beats, different type of sounds. The street music, and then I did the pop music. I had my first hit record named Agua. It was more like pop. And that went really well, and then COVID hit, but it was a really, pop type of sound. It wasn't really street. Right. But yeah, man, I make sure that I have a lot of versatility in my music.
Did you feel like the need to pivot after Agua came out too? Like, did you feel like, I should like just start making that type of music instead of focusing so much on street music?
I was told that from a lot of people because I was kind of like in the middle about it because I knew my natural sound and I knew that the street music was like, the music that I love to make. But I won't ever like bash the pop music. I definitely want to do that. I know there's a bigger bag, a lot of more opportunities there as well. So I definitely want to go to that. But right now, I think with the album too, 61 Nights that just dropped, it's more of that street vibe and that pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, like that's what you came up on making. So it's kind of hard to just kind of fully put
for sure.
both your feet into the other lane. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't expect for that record to just go. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the records. And but I'm definitely gonna make more music like that for sure.
When that song came out, you said you said that then COVID hit, right?
Correct.
So how were you trying to find new creative ways to promote that song? Or did you just kind of like you're like, ah man, like I can't do nothing with it? I mean, Florida was pretty open.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, it was. But we marketed it out, and it just kind of came to the point where the opportunities that come, obviously, from marketing, like going to places and doing interviews and creating more relationships, that wasn't possible. So that kind of like shut down most of the, the high intensity on that song. Sure.
Okay, so you had to like just kind of chill for
I
a
just
bit
had to
too.
chill and just like everybody else, man, and then come back with a banger.
Right. So 61 Nights, 18 songs out now, right?
Correct.
What's the significance behind 61 Nights?
The significance, like a meaning, right? I mean, like I say this in with other people, is just like the meaning of 61 Nights is to represent obviously the exit, obviously the pain, the street music. 61 Nights represents all the phases I went through growing, making music, with doors closing in on me, with doors opening up for me, my blessings, me not taking advantage of people. It's a whole catalog of things during, through the whole album. If you just listen, I made sure I got the message through for sure.
Do you feel like this is kind of just like a closing of a door for you? Like being able to close like the culmination of like the last couple years of your life making music? Like kind of like a reflection piece too at the same time.
Right. I mean, I have 1,000 unreleased songs.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to narrow it down to the 18, and it's definitely. It was time for me to close that door. It was time for me to give my babies away for sure.
Right. I was about to say, how do you even get to? I never got to ask an artist, is like, how do you even begin to narrow down 1,000 to 18?
Bro, it's tough, but having a team, it helps you, man. Like, having everybody giving a listen to all the songs and everything and having my own preference, it just worked out. And there's more heat to come. I might do a deluxe. I definitely want to drop another album this year. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot more music coming, but 61 Nights is definitely like my first baby, and I'm proud of it. I'm excited for it, and I'm just happy to be here, bro.
That's fire. And even like with the Florida scene right now, I feel like you have to like consistently drop music because everybody's like dropping multiple projects a year, multiple, singles back-to-back months and shit like that. It's like it's a very different like environment and a very different landscape that scene is in right now. And that kind of like overall like that's kind of also bleeding into the rest of the music industry too.
Right, yeah, man. There's a lot of artists coming out of Florida, but I'm happy for them, man. Like for real, like it makes me happy that there's so many artists coming out of Florida because Florida needs that love. Florida has always had talented artists, but we never got that love for real. And so to see the Lil Tylers, the C Stunners, the what I'm saying, like Wiz Havin, and what I'm saying. So it's a whole lot of love for me, man. I hope to like link up with them one day and for sure make some and collaborate. Cause them boys hard, man. It's Florida. This is what we about. Right. It's time for the world to know. It's time for us to shine.
Right. I was about to say, who's on your checklist of people that you need to like get up with and work with?
I mean, obviously like bigger, you know what I'm saying? Like real artists I want to link up with for real is like A Boogie, Kodak, you know what I'm saying, and Thug for sure. But Freedom Boys. But Florida-wise, I definitely want to link up with Tyler, Wiz Havin. Them boys going hard. C Stunner for sure. Them boys going in. Yeah. I'm just happy for Florida, man. It's great to see it because I've been doing the music stuff for like 5 years now, and I'm seeing it evolve from legit to like me growing. It's exciting, man. I'm really happy for the state, for real.
Right. I saw you also were able. You had the chance to get on stage at Rolling Loud Miami too. That was really dope.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Stacks and DJ Five Venoms. Those are my guys. I was blessed to be a part of Rolling Loud 5 times in my lifetime, and each time was a blessing, bro.
I was about to say, if Five Venoms always brings out people who end up getting their own slots on Rolling Loud stages in the future, even if it's like 1, 2, 3 years down the line. Like I feel like everybody who I've seen has always ended up getting their own spot. Like most recently, like Charlie Cash Cobain from New York. I think they both have their own individual slots in LA. And then Child's doing, I think, Portugal too. So like, Five Venom be knowing.
Nah, Five Venom's he definitely do, man. Like, I gotta give him his flowers, bro. He gave me a once of an opportunity of like to be on Rolling Loud. That shit is crazy for me to even say it. Like, for me to be independent and being on Rolling Loud and doing what I gotta do.
And especially in Miami too.
Right, Miami, New York, LA. We didn't even.
I saw you in New York backstage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah,
that's where we met. We met
Ever
backstage.
since then, I've been. I'm trying to get on the radar, man. But we finally here. I'm happy to be here, bro.
And I just like love Florida as a whole, man. Like, you know, I've had like so many Florida artists on here, and like I told you, like, you know, like with like La Tyler and everybody else that we've had on, like, it's just been a blessing being able to like be a part of that scene too. Cause this man, funny enough, right? So like when I look at my statistics, I forgot one of my portals that I look on my statistics. It's like New York, Florida. In terms of like people who watch on the radar, which is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then like people come up here and they'll be like, oh yeah, like they just like they'll just like walk in and start singing like their favorite freestyle, and they'll be from Florida, and I'm like, that's tight to me because like I also, you know, I have so much family being in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Being Puerto Rican, obviously. If
you Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, I'm Dominican, so we good. We good money.
You know what it is. You already know what it is, bro. So like if you from New York and you Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever, you definitely got family in Florida somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Even if you don't really know them like that.
Yeah, facts. They somewhere in there, for
sure.
They
somewhere in there. You do Ancestry.com, all of a sudden now you got like 13 new cousins in like Orlando or some shit.
For sure.
So
crazy.
we got 61 Nights out now.
Yeah.
What else we got coming up that we that the people got to know about? Another project, Deluxe?
Yeah, definitely going to probably either do a Deluxe. I'm definitely going to drop another album this year. Cool. And in a couple videos, man, you know what I'm saying? Music videos, get the shit stirring right, you know what I'm saying? Doing everything I got to do the right way, kicking doors down.
Fine, man.
For sure.
Well, I appreciate you being here, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Thank you for killing
bro.
that freestyle.
Absolutely.
Please go check that out. The freestyle's out now. 61 Nights, the album out now.
Yeah.
Deluxe on the way. New album's on the way. Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let the people know, where they can follow you out, all that good stuff? Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
For sure. BabyBoySlimee, BabyBoySlimee. That's all platforms, whether it's music, social media. And definitely go follow my TikTok. I'm about to go crazy with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Them labels saying, oh, I need them TikToks. I got first dibs. You know what I'm saying? But now, let's get this TikTok right. Y'all go follow me, man. And Instagram for sure. But go stream 61 Nights out right now.
There you go. Make sure you go stream 61 Nights out now. Go run up the freestyle. That's out now. Go follow him on TikTok. Go follow him everywhere else. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, Florida in the building. BabyBoySlimee. We out.
Shine.
My guy.
Appreciate you.